Now, in this session, let's learn how to create new accounts in QuickBooks Online. We are going to set up all the accounts listed in our opening balance sheet, including their initial balances on our balance sheet. We need to create accounts for 3 fixed assets tracking depreciation for each of them, some current assets, an account for shareholders' capital, a long-term debt account, and a number of accounts for current liabilities. Let's create each account one by one, making sure they match our opening balances. To start creating a new account, just click the New button. First of all, let's create the office table account. The account type field is for the general category of the account. Since office table is a long-term asset, select the fixed asset. In detail type field, you specify the nature of the asset. Choose furniture and fixtures, which is the most appropriate category for an office table. Enter the specific name of the account in name field, in this case, office table. This is how the asset will be identified in your chart of accounts and financial reports. The description is an optional field where you can add additional details about the asset, such as its size, color, or any other identifying features. We can leave this field blank for now. If your new account is part of an existing one, you can select as sub-account and then specify its parent account. This helps organize your accounts more effectively. Let's take an example. Assume your business has several bank accounts, one for operations, another for payroll, and a third one for savings. In QuickBooks Online, you might want to keep track of all these bank accounts separately, but also know your total cash. So you first create a primary account named Bank Accounts in your chart of accounts. Next, you create each bank account as its own account. When you do this, you'll check the is sub-account box and select bank accounts as the parent account. Let's say you'd create a new account called Operations Bank Account. Check the is sub-account field and then select bank accounts as the parent. Since the office table account is not a sub-account, we're leaving the field blank for now. In the default tax code field, you select a common tax code for the account, which QuickBooks will use for any related transactions. This feature simplifies handling taxes for various sales and purchases. However, we're skipping this field for now, as we haven't set up any tax codes yet. In the original cost field, we can enter the cost at which the office table was purchased. This represents the asset's value on your books and is essential for calculating depreciation over time. Hi, let's enter $1,200 as per your opening balance sheet. Specify the date when the office table was purchased in as of field. This is important for tracking the asset's age and for accurate financial reporting. Let's select the purchase date as 31 December 2021. If an asset's opening accumulated depreciation, use the track depreciation of this asset feature. For the office table, you would add an opening accumulated depreciation of $240 as shown in the opening balance sheet and choose the closing date 31st December 2023 in the as of field. This helps to keep your assets value and depreciation up to date in QuickBooks. Once you're done adding your account, you have 2 options. Click Save and Close if you're finished and don't need to add more accounts. Alternatively, choose Save and New if you have additional accounts to set up. Alternatively, if you need to add multiple ledger accounts at once, QuickBooks Online offers a bulk import option using an Excel file. To do this, select the down arrow next to the New button. Choose Import and download the provided sample Excel template. Fill in the necessary data in the specified fields such as account number, account name, account type, and detail type. Now save the Excel file and finally import the data in the software. However, it's important to note that importing via Excel has certain limitations in QuickBooks Online. You won't be able to add descriptions, enter opening balances, or track depreciation through this method. As a result, only accounts without opening balances are suitable for import. So we have to create the remaining accounts manually. We are now setting up the computers account categorized under fixed assets. So select fixed asset in account type. Since there isn't a specific category for computers, we'll opt for other fixed asset in the detail type. In the name field, simply input office computers, although a description can be added if necessary. We'll skip that step for now. For tracking its depreciation, check the track depreciation box. The original cost of the computers is recorded as $11,000 with the purchase date assumed to be December 31, 2021. As for the accumulated depreciation up to the closing date, it amounts to $2,200. Enter this figure in the depreciation field and set the closing date to December 31, 2023 in the relevant field. So let's move on to creating the account for the delivery van, which falls under the fixed assets category. In the detail type, select vehicles and then input delivery van as the name in the name field. In the description field, let's add useful life of 8 years to add more context. For depreciation tracking, click on track depreciation. The van was originally purchased for $21,500 on June 1, 2020. Enter the amount and date in the respective field. As of our closing date, December 31, 2023, its accumulated depreciation is $4,300. Ensure you enter this amount in the depreciation field and correctly set the closing date to maintain accurate financial records. This is all for fixed assets. In the next part, we shall start with current assets